Hello, good morning, and a very warm welcome to today's 1.1 meditation session. For those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Matthew, and we started these sessions around a year ago now, because many of us at one point have a regular meditation practice that we find very beneficial. And the idea came, it would be really nice to share insights into meditation and the whole arena of positive thinking with a wider audience. And so 1.1ness was born from this. We've been very lucky over the last year to have wonderful facilitators, all experienced meditators who've come freely to share their insights. And today is no exception. And I'd like to welcome Lotta Arbman, who's joining us from Iceland. Hi, Lotta, well, welcome to you. So just a little introduction. Lotta's been practicing meditation for 40 years, no less. And she helped develop and run the self-managing leadership program in business, cultural, and military organizations between 1993 and 2003, a combination of timeless spiritual practice with modern business pragmatism, something that's really needed these days, I think. She's now Secretary of the Spirit of Humanity Forum, which is a global platform for leaders and change makers motivated by core human values at work. It's a non-profit based in Iceland and governed by a partnership of organizations in Europe and the United States. So Lotta's going to be sharing today on the topic of the art of being kind. So looking forward to the session, and I'll hand over to you, Lotta. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Matthew. And it's my great privilege and honor to be in this little meeting today, where I take it as an opportunity of inviting you to an experience of calmness and quiet, which I feel is so extra important in the times that we are passing through now. And so when I was asked to choose a topic, I chose one of my favorite topics, the art of being kind. And the reason for that is because I feel it's a key, a transformative key in times of turbulence. And kindness is very much underestimated. I think many people in general, especially maybe in the West, have this image of kindness as being weak. And of course, there are reasons for that, because sometimes maybe we do allow things, we don't stand up for ourselves in situations when we should, and maybe we allow things to happen without raising our voice because of fear. And that means that when we are in a weak position, we can display kindness. But my understanding of that is not actually kindness, it's fear. And so when we can see the difference between fear and kindness, or being subservient, or wanting to be secure with others, so we sort of perform kindness, and it's not real. And I think that creates the image of kindness being weakness. And especially in the world when we live today, we see that power games, and not only now, this whole history is full of power games where we take over, or we dominate by using force. And so the image of power connected with external force has become, I think, very much imprinted in our consciousness. But I think also we have another experience, and I would like to bring that up to our memories today, and that is real kindness. True kindness comes from a position of stability and confidence. When I feel very confident and secure, it's easy for kindness to emerge. When I feel insecure, that's the moment when I try to claim ground, or I try to raise my voice, etc. So there is a connection between my inner security and what is it that I display outwards, what is it I do outwards. And kindness can be transformative in the sense that we must all have experienced that. I have experienced it. I'm sure everyone who's listening have experienced this, that there are small situations when we don't expect to be treated with kindness. And when kindness is displayed, it goes straight to our hearts. And it's an experience that is humbling in a very empowering way. You know, we don't become humble because we feel less, but it's like it feeds our self-respect when somebody treats us with kindness. And it can be very small situations, like I'm living in Denmark now. I happen to be in Iceland, but I'm usually in Denmark. And they have a habit in the shops when you buy things and you pay for the things and you bring them into your bags. They have a habit of always saying thank you and have a good day. And that can be something you learn, that the management is telling them that you have to say this to the customers to make a good image of the shop. So I understand that they have learned that. But what's very much in the Danish culture is social connection. Is very important in the Danish culture. And what goes to my heart very often is that they say, have a good day. And then they look for me to respond. And I always respond and say, thank you, same to you. And when I say that, they shine up. So it's actually a genuine experience, even though they are trained to act like that. And I feel that small little act is like oil in the machinery between human beings. And in the time that we live now with COVID and with all that happens around this pandemic, there's everything that is being communicated from so many different sources. It's very easy to be confused, and it's very easy to start to build up a lot of waste thoughts. And so connecting to art of being kind, art means something to learn. And I feel I have to learn it because I unlearned it in so many ways. I learned to be suspicious. I learned to be critical. I learned to think negatively. And that comes in the way that blocks me from my natural, genuine tendency of being kind. And so I have to unlearn that critical thinking, that negative thinking, in order to open up for genuine kindness. And so in the time we live now, in the atmosphere, there is a lot of tension. I've just been traveling from Denmark to Iceland, and just to travel, it involves so many different things connected with this pandemic. And it's easy to be disturbed. I wasn't actually, but I hear it's easy to be disturbed by questions that you get, forms you have to fill in. And I have many people around me that have different theories about what is going on in society. And my personal feeling is that if I go deep into that, I start to put fire into my own personal dynamite. For me personally, I don't have the ability to figure out what is what, because all of these different messages that is coming, and all the theories that it's fake and all these things that can really create tension inside. And what I was thinking about when it comes to the art of being kind is that in this time we are living, we as individuals have a power of influence if we just realize how we can use it. And I'm seeing ourselves as being like cells of society, like the whole society is like a body of cells. We as human beings, we are conscious being, we are consciousness. And whatever we think and feel is what we send out first to our closest connections, the impressions that we make with the people that we are around us, but they also start to transmit. So what am I transmitting? And so breaking the evil cycle of waste thinking will enable my genuine kindness, my genuine humanity, my genuine connection with love for humanity and love for life and love for myself to re-emerge. And of course, when I say this, my view is that the natural state for all living beings, all life, is stability and calmness and confidence. You would see it in nature, that trees and flowers, they have a natural self-respect. They will give their best no matter if they have an audience or not. As human beings, we're often very dependent on what feedback we get, But I don't think we are like that in our core. In our core, we gravitate towards balance and harmony and stability. And when we feel secure, when we feel stable, then kindness is natural. A person who is secure inside has an easy access to being kind, has an easy access to be generous. And so I feel that for me to reconnect with my own stability, one of the key elements is to recognize when my thinking goes into criticism or into worry or into waste thinking about other people, what they are doing, what they are not doing. That I categorize that as what we call waste thinking. And it actually creates a burden for myself. And it blocks my kindness. Because the moment I have waste, the moment I start to look at what somebody's doing and I have my own view of what they should be doing, it's all outside of my responsibility. So I have to recognize that it's not my responsibility, actually. It's not my role. And it also helps, talking about role, to watch what's happening around me as a drama. And everyone is an actor who is enacting their roles in the drama. And if I learn to trust that, they are playing their parts. And instead of having points of view, I'm not the director of this drama, so it's not my role to start to redirecting the drama. My responsibility is, what am I doing? And so if I can start to generate a kind view on others, on myself, it's like I reconnect with my own stability. I reconnect with my own natural humility, which is based on true self-respect, not the self-respect that is built up on praise or external achievements, but with a recognition of who I am on the inside. Then it's easy for me to be kind and have a kind view in small situations. And I feel it's the small day-to-day situations that is the key to start to generate that out in the world. and reconnecting to the idea of being a cell in the body of society. If I focus on that, stability, balance, and being kind, I start to break the evil cycle of waste thinking, critical thinking, of thinking based on fear. So I start to break that cycle. And if I do it, I can start to inspire others to do it. So I start to swim against the tide. And I think that's what we need to do now. And so I wanted to conclude this with a meditation on the art of kindness. So let's bring up another picture in the background. You don't have to see me. If you want to keep your eyes open, I would encourage you to rest your eyes on this beautiful picture. Or if you prefer to close your eyes, that's fine. But there is value in keeping your eyes open. One, because it's actually easy to do a meditation exercise with your eyes open. It's just the same principle as when you're daydreaming or when you're sort of going back into a memory. Generally, you wouldn't close your eyes. You would just go into the depth of that memory with your eyes open. And the benefit is that it's much easier to keep the good experience on your inside, to bring it with you out into action. And that's sort of the point, that it influences my behavior, my action, my voice. And that's how I can share it with my external world. So, first of all, make sure you sit in a comfortable way and let your body relax. And then bring your mind to your present moment. Wherever you are, say to yourself, I am at the right place. And the situation I'm in is accurate. I don't need to understand the circumstances, but I trust I'm in the right place at the right time. I accept that. And when I accept, tension disappears. Whatever you hear around you of sounds, also accept the sounds. It doesn't need to be completely quiet to be able to create a good feeling inside. Be aware of the room you're sitting in. Be aware of yourself, how you feel. Whatever you feel, there's no need to change that. The point is not to change that, just accept. Because with acceptance you land. This is a moment of reconnecting with yourself on the inside and withdraw for a moment from the outside world, just with your thinking. Imagine that you are consciousness. Imagine your body like a tall building. And that you are inside a room on the top floor of this building, in a comfortable, silent room, and you're looking out through a window, the window of your eyes. Imagine that you are consciousness. You are the life force within your body, and the body is your instrument and the building in which you live, where you reside. And you sense this difference. Imagine the difference. I have a body, I have hands, legs, arms. I have a face. I have ears and eyes. But I who speak am different. I'm something more. I'm life. And imagine that life being like light behind the eyes. Light in the sense of no weight. And also light in sense of shining. Imagine yourself to be energy. And when you disconnect from the world around you in this way, you start to reconnect with who you truly are. Like a spiritual dimension of self. And you can reconnect with stability, peace. You resonate. You feel drawn into peace, safety, comfort. You feel it's natural. You have a natural balance. You're drawn to harmony because you belong in harmony. And entering into harmony and quiet, you accept yourself as being precious, valuable. You like what you are, and you feel harmony. And from that comes an experience of love. It's like loving life itself. There's nothing to do with narcissism, but it's to do with a deep inner acceptance and recognition. And from this feeling, it's natural to be kind. When you think of the world, whatever strife the world goes through, you feel compassion and kindness. Kindness is like a vibration. There is no sense of judging anyone. There is no sense of compartmentalizing people, but you see a big universal crowd. All of these people have dreams and hopes. Whatever mistakes they make, behind that is not what they want. They also want kindness, connection, harmony, safety. And we often try to create this through rules and regulations, but it doesn't work like that. It has to come from inside. So revisit this experience daily. And you become a generator of kindness. And you'll become a source of happiness to many people around you. It creates meaning in your life, which supports your stability. Thank you for joining me, and have a beautiful day with kindness.
So thank you so much, Lotta, for that beautiful insights into kindness. And I really love what you said about it. It was quite near the start, I think, when you said about it being linked to our own self-respect or our own confidence. And when we're feeling secure in ourselves, that this energy is a natural expression of who we are. But it was a really beautiful session, very serene energy, which I think everybody needs. It really came across in the meditation, very gentle and serene, and very healing energy. So thank you so much for joining us today, being with us. And thank you to everybody else who's joined and been with us on this little journey of meditation. And you'll see in the chat on YouTube that there's links to the Oneness webpage, so you can actually watch previous sessions there. And also there's a feedback form. We're always very happy to hear from you, any feedback or suggestions you might have for future sessions, or indeed any questions as well. So next week, at the same time, we're going to be joined by Christine Bell, who's going to be talking on the balance of lightness and responsibility, another lovely topic. So hopefully we'll see you all then. And in the meantime, have a great day and wonderful weekend. And Lotta, once again, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.